Hello and welcome back. I'm EVM and this is the Volkswagen ID Buzz. Now I have to say that this exudes coolness. And I know not everyone will agree with that, but within 1 hour of this hitting my driveway, 3 people came up to look at it and take pictures. And 2 of them I'd never seen before. Same when I drove it to the lakes. Lots of attention. And I know it's new, but it does have that traditional kind of inherited appeal of all the traditional Volkswagen camper van type stuff. So that gives it one unique thing: forgivability. The ID range on this channel has been slated a little bit because of the interior. We've liked the car, we've liked the ride, we've liked the whole package, but the interior wasn't what you'd expect from cars that now start at just under 40 grand. This though will be forgiven for that, partly because it's commercial, you can get a van version as well, but partly because it's cool. In the same way that Tesla owners seem to forgive Tesla for the, dare I say it, panel gap issues. And yes, I have a Tesla. So, is this the perfect Volkswagen ID car? Have we finally got it? A Volkswagen back? Before we look at that interior, we'll look at the outside, then go inside and take it on the road. However, before that, I just want to very quickly mention that for 99p, you can join this channel to support it, but you also get videos like this on a Sunday instead of Friday. There's a live stream at the end of every month for members only to ask any questions you like, and you get the occasional members only video as well. Now let's look at the ID Buzz itself. It's clearly got the traditional appeal of the previous stuff that's come before it. You got the massive Volkswagen badge at the front. You got the light bar that the ID range comes with, so that it's future meets past. You've got this grille that's holy. Grilly, it's grilly. Yeah, we'll call it grilly. He looks happy. He's got like a big smile, as this is a ground up EV. Look at that tiny squat bonnet, so there's no wasted space there, which means the interior, well, let's face it, it is going to be big. For me, in two-tone, it actually suits it. For £1,800 for the paint for two-tone, I think it's worth it. Maybe all in black you'd get away with it, but it just gives it that classier appeal. You've got the traditional side-loading doors, front and back, so good entry in the rear, quite heavy though, and the front door. Good, easy to get into, but you have to kind of step up and step out, so it's not going to be easy for someone with a few accessibility requirements. 21-inch wheels, they go down to I think 19s, so it's a little bit crashy on this one, but you know what, it's comfortable. We'll get onto that later. And yeah, here's the charging port at the back, so that's okay. I prefer them at the back. You got the black band that goes all along here to give it kind of a bit of a wrap around, and you've got the rear and front lights that also wrap around as well, just to kind of blend it all in. More vanness at the rear. It's just flat, practical. You got the huge badge again, ID Buzz. Same problems as always. The rear camera gets filthy very quickly in winter especially, and the light bar, which is traditional now on the ID range. There is one flaw though I've noticed, especially as I have to park up to my garage door. When you open the boot, because it opens from the bottom, when you open the boot, you have to stand about, what, 2 or 3 foot away? So you need clearance just to get in the back. Now I've left this in the flat bay configuration because we've just slept in it. You can see that video either before or after you've seen this one. This is not standard. It's on the top trim, and I think it's a must-have. Not only does it give you storage underneath and a flat bay, but it does give you somewhere to jump in the back and stick a mattress in, sleep, go for a weekend away, something like that. You can use it as a camper van, which is what we did in that other video. Let me put the seats back up now so I can show you what it's like, as this has a massive boot. I mean, it's huge. It's actually more than twice as big as an ID4, and that's a big car. The back bench moves forwards or backwards as well. You can take this out, but it means unscrewing these at both ends, and that's a bit of a faff. And then where do you put it? So if you do want to do like a big tip run and get the full height of it, you can do that, but this is pretty much staying in place for the most part. I mean, if you've got big dogs, several of them, this is the car for you. Okay, right. If you're familiar with the ID3 and 4 and 5, then I think you'll know what I'm looking at here. You've got the usual haptic feedback buttons that nobody really likes. It's a standard Volkswagen steering wheel, but it does feel quite nice. You've got this usual display here. However, it does give you a bit more information if I put my foot on the brake pedal, which is how you turn the car on. You've got some miles per kilowatt hour and various other things you've got to let you know how efficient it is. Very hard wearing materials there. I like that. That feels okay. You've got the same stupid buttons that they do where you want to get two windows, but it's not a problem here because you can only put the front windows down. We'll come back to that later though. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's got a little shelf here. I quite like that. The trouble is, it goes all the way back to about there, so you'll never see your sunglasses again. Really deep door bin. There's no felt at the bottom of it, so anything in there is just going to be noisy when you go around the corner or anything like that. Now, we'll come to this infotainment system because we kind of mentioned it in each ID video, ID34 video, so it's just not, I don't like it. The rest of the dash though, even though it is plastic to look like wood and plastic that looks like metal, it actually looks pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah. I think it suits it.
It does suit it, and that commercial link means it can get away with all this cheap hard-wearing plastics.
Yeah.
It actually makes sense in this sort of vehicle. And check this out, Harry.
Oh, wow.
That is, I think, the best. If I put that in, it locks in place. Now, the ID345 had half of the glove box missing because of the right-hand drive, left-hand drive conversion. So what we're going for?
I'm going to say it's going to be the same.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh, that's actually very big.
Wow.
I mean, that's huge.
That's massive, isn't it?
Finally, Volkswagen have given us a glove box that you can use. Shall we mention the seats? These are very expensive optional extras.
But they are really nice.
But they're very nice. And I think the standard seats will be at least very comfortable.
Yeah.
And even in this car, the standard British Rail, they actually make sense. And you know what? They are perfectly placed. You can change the height and it stays there as well.
There's one here.
You've got one on each side, and so have I.
Fantastic.
So
Yeah,
again, it's a really comfortable place. So when you're driving, I always feel like I'm in a comfortable position. Overall, it's
very good.
Very solid. There's no build quality issues,
No,
is there?
at all.
It's just the material issues. But again, can get away with
I think, yeah, definitely. Wow.
Is this the car for 3 people abreast?
Easily.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I mean, it feels cheap, but quite frankly, I'd be happy with that in the back.
Yeah.
And it's not going
Pocket.
anywhere. Yep.
How do I open the window in the back?
You can't open the window. There's no vents either. There's nothing down there.
All right. Fantastic. Oh, it's nice that they've thought of that.
Now, do you know what else we've forgotten?
What's that?
To mention this.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to jump back in the front for that. This has got a name, Harry.
Has it?
It's called the Buzz Box.
Wow.
Now, you're thinking that these are dividers, so you can...
That's what I am thinking.
But, bottle opener,
No way.
so you can get wasted just before you get behind the wheel.
That's excellent. They've thought of everything.
Hey, it gets better. You get a little, like, bin.
Okay.
But look, this is another divider. To scrape ice with.
Wow. Amazing.
It gets better, Harry.
Go on.
If I click this here, where is it? There it is. You got
You've
some
got something
storage.
there.
Closed storage. It gets better though.
It doesn't.
It does. At the back here.
It's like the box that
Look at
keeps
that.
on giving.
And it gets even better, Harry, though. It gets
No.
even better.
How?
If you click that and then pick it up,
Hang on.
it comes out completely.
Oh, fantastic. That's just...
With the glove box, with this, with all the cubby holes in the doors, and you've got cup holders in the right at the back as well.
Is this the guy that they didn't have doing the ID 3, 4 and 5?
Basically, I think so, yes. They've hired a new interior team.
Yep.
They've obviously had to carry some stuff over.
Because they've got loads of
Yeah,
stock.
but, I mean, look, even that is solid as a rock. Should we tell the people what we've just done? 10 minutes of video recording when the
Yeah.
recorder wasn't recording.
Yeah.
And then we thought, fools. So we thought, let's actually start some recording.
And
Phone
then
goes.
Phone goes, yeah. Professionalism. If
That's-
either of us had any.
Well, after driving this around for work, to the lakes and back to do the old camper van test with Alice and around these country roads, it doesn't feel like I'm driving a big vehicle, even though it is.
If you didn't look behind you, you wouldn't know, would you?
No.
It just feels like you're driving an SUV.
And you can see where your corners are.
Yeah.
I think
Visibility
that's
is really good.
It's fantastic.
It reminds me a little bit of a bigger Ami.
The front,
Yeah.
with all these extra windows.
Yeah.
We've just had a window here. I bet nobody has ever thought, do you know what the ID Buzz reminds me of?
An Ami. just feels just like a car, doesn't it? It
To drive,
drives like
yeah,
a car, handles like a car, it goes like a car.
Actually goes a lot quicker than I think you'd expect.
Yeah.
200-ish brake horsepower was enough.
And there's a lot of torque.
And in
And
this,
it's
though,
instant as well.
you don't know how fast you're going. It's one of those.
I keep looking down and I'm going a little bit faster than what I thought I was going.
Yeah.
And it just seems to build speed.
It's got a lot of refinement.
It wants to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that refinement hides the speed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's quiet. I mean, quiet for an EV.
Do you know, is this the first ID that we've actually gelled with?
Yeah, because we liked the cars. We just didn't like the interiors.
And they were just all a bit, do you know what?
Cheap.
And then the personality. This feels like it's got a personality. It's cheeky.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is the heritage, isn't it?
Yeah.
But part of it is
It does feel cheeky though.
Well, yeah, yeah, you've
Even
got
when
little-
driving it, it feels a little bit.
the little things, the little extra shelves, this unnecessary but quite cool, what's it called, buzz thing.
It's almost a car.
Playful.
Yeah, playful.
It's
The thing is,
playful.
I can see a lot of people looking at it and smiling. It's got that. I like that with a
Yeah,
car.
like
It's
the
got
Ami.
Yeah, and the Twizy. Yeah, people go, oh.
It's got so much in common with the Ami.
Yeah.
I even had some, dare I say, a bit of fun on the twisties.
Wow.
Not hot hatch level, but for what you expect a van, as it were, to be.
I think that's sometimes it, isn't it?
Truckability.
Yeah, if you get into something and it surprises you because it does feel quicker or it does handle better than what it's meant to
The
do.
expectation is there,
Yeah.
and it goes up here.
Yeah. I just wish that the other ID vehicles could be more like this.
Yeah.
They're a bit vanilla, aren't they, the other ones?
The range, let's mention that because
Yeah.
it is a van. It's got a 77 kilowatt hour battery, which is at the largest end, before you get to Mercedes level
Yeah.
anyway. Now, over the last 323 miles in this car, it's been between 3 and 10 degrees. 3 today, 10 yesterday. 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. So I'm going to place this at 150 miles kind of winterish range. Less if you're doing lots of short journeys.
Yeah.
And 200 miles in kind of moderate weather range.
I mean, I think given the size and the fact it's like a bit like a brick.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me,
No.
but it could have been worse.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I don't think so. No.
No, I can live with that, actually. Because you'll get...
Do you know what? I think that's expected. It's bang on the nail, and that's just roughly what I thought we'd be getting.
Although Lorna did say, it's too big. And then
And
she
much
looked
for
at,
that- what
she
a
looked
car.
at the idea. I see. What about dogs?
I mean, you get lions in the back of this.
What can't this do then?
It's a home.
You could sleep in the back. But I mean, is there anything that this... It can't quite match? There isn't really. It pretty much ticks every box.
Just much.
Not
I think it's-
brilliantly.
No, it's quick-ish. It's refined.
Do I want to do a tip run? No problem. Do I want to sleep in the back? Yep, absolutely.
as well.
There's a 7-seat version coming eventually, so that gives you that option. I think they're doing a long wheelbase version as well, and I believe a California one. So that's the camper van version.
Oh, right. How did you get in that seat? Seamless.
No, I'll edit it so
Yeah.
nobody will even question it.
Oh, fantastic.
Because that's another part of the professionalism of this outfit. Let's go slightly on the negative side now.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. The infotainment system is the same one out of the rest of the ID range.
It's just been taken and put straight,
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
it?
I mean, it's got wireless Apple Android jobby, so that's fine. However, as I found out when I was driving around at night in the Lake District, all these unlit buttons for the volume and the heating,
Yeah.
they're invisible. And I know you could sort of do it by feel, but then you just goes up and down and up.
Yeah, it's an oversight, obviously.
Yeah,
that, isn't
yeah.
it?
I wish they'd have just changed it. I mean, they have said apparently that they've listened and they're going to do something about the people, all these haptic buttons that
Yeah,
people
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like. It proves, certainly if any ID owners are watching this that are about to jump to the defence in the comment
Yeah.
section, that it's a bad idea. Let's get rid of all buttons.
Yeah.
How did that get past the focus group?
Do you know what? They'll be saving like £1 per vehicle, and it all adds up.
They've watched a Tesla video, aren't they? Gone, it's a good idea.
Yeah, let's get rid of all the buttons.
Before we go mention the price, because that's the negative part,
Yeah.
I will say that I want this car.
I really like it.
I do like this. You know, I love this car.
Yeah.
I want one. But there's no chance in hell I'll ever be able to afford one, or even if I can, would I want to spend this amount of money?
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
So-
it's eye-watering.
It is, yes. When you think about what you're getting, I think it's a bit much.
Yeah.
And they're playing a little bit on, again, that heritage.
I think so.
So this starts at £58,000.
Wow. It's a good job I'm sat down in some comfortable seats.
It is.
Good money.
1,800 quid for the two-tone paint. The two-tone interior's extra.
The thing is, having driven, I mean, I know you get spoiled with press vehicles, but you'd want the two-tone paint. It really nice.
I would want that, yeah.
I'd want these seats.
I mean, even if we just add a few basics, this is over £60,000 car, because someone will. No one's going to get a base.
No, you're
model.
not going to do that.
How much do you think this particular press car cost?
I'm going to say 65.
71.
£71,000. Wow.
Now, I'm not saying, because it's got a big battery, 77 kilowatt hours, it's a big car. Is anyone out there thinking that this is a few £1,000s off a base spec Taycan?
Yeah.
Porsche Taycan.
Two very different vehicles, though.
They're nothing alike, but performance Model Y is cheaper than this. Very different cars again.
Yeah.
Although, ironically, I think you can get that with 7 seats. But it just makes me think, if I'm going to spend that much on a car, there's a lot of other
There
options
is a lot
out there.
of options, yeah.
However, not many that are as cool.
Or tick as many boxes as this does.
Now, I did have a mini discussion with a current transporter owner about this, saying,
Oh, did you?
Why did you buy that? He's even resprayed his and got it back up to full standards, you know, so it's a passion. He
I
said
think you sort of fall in love with them, don't you?
you do, yeah. I think it's like, he says it's a scene, there's got a great community, but in terms of the financials behind it, very, very, very strong residuals.
Yeah.
So,
In
a lot to
theory,
buy, but will this, for an EV even,
hold its value.
hold its value a lot better, to the point where by the time you get rid of it, if you do, it's not going to cost you a lot in the total grand scheme of things.
I think as well, if you did option one, you would probably get most of that money back as well.
So I don't know what to think, because I really like it. I want one. It might not be that expensive in the grand scheme of things, but it's a £70,000 investment.
Yeah. It's a lot of money in it.
So is that the only fly in the ointment then, the price?
I think so. I don't know what I expect it to be in terms of price. 50?
Well, big battery, 77. So that straight away puts it into 40s minimum for any car.
It's nice having a car that's a little bit different, isn't it, sometimes? You know, something that's a little bit exclusive and something that people, you know, like. And I think that's what this has got. It's got a little bit, just a little bit of something about it.
It does.
And it rubs off on you. You feel, smile when we went past.
Yeah.
You feel happy driving it.
It is a grown-up Citroen Ami.
It is.
How much is the California going to be?
I don't know.
Bound to be extra, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we looking at a nearly 100 grand car?
Is that going to be a long wheelbase as well?
I would. Well, I would want
Probably.
it to be, yeah. But even on the used market,
£100,000 Volkswagen. Would that be a first? Because the Phaeton.
let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Right, well, I look forward to long wheelbase version, which will be more expensive. The 7-seat version, which will be probably a fair bit
I
extra.
think we're going to, if it's Volkswagen Press, we'll have to test drive them all, of course.
Well, yeah, and we'll get 5 friends.
Yeah.
I'm sure between us we've got that.
5 friends.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have, actually. I've got 5 work
Work
colleagues.
colleagues, yeah. We'll get 5 work colleagues and go somewhere. So, right, well, for me,
It's a thumbs up.
the back. Right, well, I don't have to do the...
You could have done that already.
I did that at the beginning for
But
once.
what you need to remember to do is to film the interior of this.
Yeah, we're doing it out of order as always.
Yep.
And hope it's light
Just like a normal film.
Yeah.
All right.
So we are professional.
Yeah, very.
Thanks for watching, guys. Let us know what you think. I love this.
Me too.
So, yep, see you
Okay.
soon.
See ya, bye.